Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today is the solo daily for May 6th, and today we are going to be playing Obelisk with Talon of Sin, going from Vengewood into Dear Lord, I've Forgotten, and we're going up against Runestone. So, overall, always enjoy playing Obelisk. It's my favorite class before it even got buffs, so I appreciate that. Looking at our mods here, we have upgrades and vaults no longer consider rarity for what they will offer. Basically, this means that theoretically speaking, green Augs are more likely to appear because they can appear at the later stages of the game. Basically, after Book 2, or after Book 1 when you go into Book 2, green augments no longer exist. And for a lot of skills, those green augments are the ones that give you the utility or the usability increase that makes them like much feel much better to use. And so that's generally why whenever I'm playing ranked games, I will always pretty much gun down like any and all binderies that are offered to me because yeah, sometimes it's really suffered and not have any greens. But now they can show up everywhere. The problem is that now we will no longer get our guaranteed epics after bosses. So that also has a considerable impact on our game. Theoretically speaking, we're going to find more purples, right? We're probably going to find more purples, more greens, a little bit less blues, which is usually where your defensive augments are. Blues are also usually pretty good because they either enable scaling or just give like nearly double the damage. Still going through all those and seeing exactly where the augments are. Um, but yeah, that's notable. It means that our first chest here could potentially have a run defining legendary, which normally isn't the case. That would be a +3 up tier, which I don't even know. It has to exist, but I've never seen it. Oh wait, no, that would be a +4 up tier to have that in the first. Anyways, uh, this makes double shop in the first book very appetizing, so long as we can make the money. And with the new reward system, going for money actually isn't suffer. So I don't know. Incula appears in each Guardian and Villain encounter. Incula is notable because they have the ability to reduce our maximum health. So if our maximum health drops below 50, we need to rectify that before the end of the game because obviously if we don't have a maximum 50 health, then we can't have 50 health at the end, and that is a point deficit. And then of course on enemy turn, enemies lose all stacks of burn, frostbite, poison, and bleed, which is basically just memeing on us because of the fact that, you know, poison is specifically made to do like an initial chunk and then stay there for a while. And so writing off the rest of it, like poison vapors is still a decent skill under this situation. It just can't be like really good, right? Like lowering the cooldown and all that. Also, with its lessened AoE this patch, but I don't know. It's just going to keep us from, you know, like investing into those types of builds. Well, not necessarily. There's probably a couple things that we can do to. Okay, first thing that we got to do is stop vestibular gaming. Thank you. And let's go. I think I've talked enough. Speaking of having talked enough, I got some more stuff to talk about, but first let's get through this. Mercurial, very good on Obelisk. Stone Blossom is interesting. I also like Inkly Map. Deceitful Runes doesn't really do anything for us. Inkly Map is such a good thing to have. We could push for Treasure Hunter, which is very good in this sort of setup. Stone Blossom, though. We generate, like, decent shields. That'll give us a lot of max HP. Possibly start going into Verdant so that we can turn it into a damage multiplier. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure the correct move is to keep re-rolling here and get something like really sick insane later. But I'm trying to save this money for our shops just in case that there's a legendary there immediately. So I'm going to bet on Inkling Map. It's the best for our turn 1. And, you know, like we've got the ability to invest into Treasure Hunter to get pots all the time, more permanent Omni damage, and then also like too much glyphs and gold. And then of course Will Collector itself is very strong. Huh. Now see, this I might re-roll. Seismic Slam leaving 3 Frostbite, but that gets removed at the end of turn. What are the odds that we're going to Seismic Slam, clap, clap, clap? It is a lot of damage. I can definitely see it. I think we might take it. Obviously, Obelisk's best turn 1 is to Bash and Crash, as I call it. Shield Bash into Seismic Slam. But... yeah, with Frostbite doing 50 base damage now, and Inkling Map, I think this is an insane amount of damage. Don't really care about Quilling Cages. Let me see more vaults right now. Brain Tuna. You serious, dude? That literally ruins everything. Is one turn worth more than losing HP? So we lose 200 points. Okay. It's better to lose a turn. Alright. Yeah, that would have been great had that Cinder Cultist not showed up. Runestone Sled pretty much solves our defenses. I'm about that. A forgotten name is interesting. Are we going Frost Obelisk? Gain 10 magic damage until the end of combat. That's pretty slow scaling, but at the very least we could grind this to make, you know, just 25 permanent magic damage and then get Will Collector 3, which really helps. Like, then you also got this guy, Pocket Watch of Alacrity after the first fight. So then there's technically 3 fights left in this book, 4 fights in book 2, and then 1 fight, then the boss. So then that would give us a total of 80 Omni damage, which affects all of our damage, but doesn't really do much else. At least the movement is interesting. I think we're going to go with Pocket Watch. I'll take Cone of Frost. Like, this is an insane amount of damage. But I like the 5 turn cooldown over the 6 turn cooldown. Means that I'm actually likely to use this twice in a fight. Purples on this one can make it so that enemies that we have frostbitten take more damage. And that's kind of sick. And also, like, just gaining more frostbite damage. Like, to note, this is still 325 damage for 1 will, which is like Jinx levels of disgusting. I really don't want to go to the bindery, but I might. Grinding this up wouldn't be bad. I think we'll go here. Not quite use this yet. Then look at our hard fights. So, I don't know. Like, the Superior Vault obviously isn't tantalizing because this is just 2 vaults now. Which isn't necessarily bad. But the Uncommon Augment, if that was the case, I would have rather have gone to the bindery, but we can't not take augments. We're gonna come back. I won't forget that fish. Or maybe we take that. What are the odds that this is better? Highly likely. Like, I guess Shield Bash would have also had bonus damage on it, so that's not necessarily true. Holy Lord. Still not quite enough. Meeper meep. Then 2 clap solves. Alright. Well, we're going to lose another turn, despite us popping everything. Possibly could have used those potions a little bit better. I don't think the amount of frostbite really matters here. Inflicting shatter is interesting. I think that we're rerolling these. These are kind of like the worst ones we could have possibly gotten. Shielding, shield bash, making it worth 2 iron claps. That is notable. Wider AoE, interesting. Negative cooldown. And then we could do -1 will for a purple if we find it. And then this becomes like highly usable. Wider AoE is also like pretty good. As is obviously increased range. I think we're going with quickened. Blessed Brookstone. I think this one might be Dice of Fates. Then we grind Inkly Map. Because it's very quickly going to become irrelevant. Yeah, seems about right. What do we need? We actually need some single target. I would also settle for like grenade. Re-roll this. T-Bolt's pretty good. Invig is also pretty good. A lot of ascensions in there that will make it pretty good for us. I think we'll go Invig. I was this close to using T-Bolt. Shame that we didn't get Treasure Hunter 2 before that that little guy there, but if we end up getting Treasure Hunter 5, it won't matter. We've got some money. We can probably afford to go to this Carver's Refuge here, but we're also going to go to a Carver's Refuge anyway at this point. I'm not sure that this is optimal, but we're going to do it. That's a shame. As is that. Actually, we could make this work. We could also grab Harbinger's Trophy, double grind it. Now we have Treasure Hunter, and we get some free striker damage. Like, this is almost about to become irrelevant. Excuse me? Oh. Oh, the counters for the turns. Gotcha. Well, to say, I definitely have this. It was being counted there. Yeah, I'm willing to go Harbinger's Trophy. There it is. 2 augments, 1 vault. Yes. Yes. No. Again, we don't want to lose health. But not using this with Invig on this guy here is incredibly suffer. Leave that orb for next turn. We didn't take widen range. We can't get to both of these guys unless... I wish that there was like a nudge. Yeah, I don't think that that's going to happen. Anyways, if that's the case... then we do nothing. Well, not nothing. I was waiting for him to spin around. I would have been like, oh! Okay, here we go now. I'm taking no damage. Keep this for next turn. Wise move. We'll get there. 20 Omni damage? That's great. Alright, now how are we going to kill you? That'll do. Future Willer gives us some more Will Collector. That's not bad. Box of Truffles will definitely solve our money situation. Again, Poisoned Heart, they really wanted us to have Vapors. Would have been pretty sick. I really don't want to re-roll this, so I'll go ahead and take Future Willer. Definitely willing to grind this. Which gets us pretty close to Will Collector 5, at which case orbs are half a will. Extra, that is. Discounted Shield Bash? Okay, hold up now. We definitely make this one of the best skills in the game. And then we got some extra crit. I don't think that that's necessary. I also don't think that adding 7 Frostbite onto Cone of Frost is necessary either, unless we somehow luck into Avalanche. I'm not really going to take it for that sole purpose. Like, this could be doing a lot more for us. This is probably another reroll here. Like, Critical Shield Bash is... I've said it before, like, this is worse than greens. Like, the only advantage you get is that you're twice as likely to get criticals, which then can cause other stuff to happen. But, yeah, not feeling them. Inflict Hex, Inflict Shatter. We just use you as a buff bot? Because now if something has frostbite, we do 20% more damage. And then if we have Hex, then we do bonus magic damage to the target. Or sorry, no, we're doing this. Then we do 30% bonus physical damage. And those are multiplicative with one another. So then this is like... I can't math right now, I'm sorry. 1.2... It's 60% more damage. Which is dope. Is that right? God, hell if I know. It's somewhere around there. It's probably 56, and I'm just, like, doing the math entirely wrong. Also, charge shield burst? Then this thing would be a monster? Well, we need to solve Nim. I honestly think that's charge shield bash. Do I necessarily need a vestigial? I don't necessarily think so. We could use this during the boss fight. So let's go ahead and hit up at Sea Breach. Hit me. Oh, baby. That's probably going to cost us, but now we have Ink Tab. Or Cursed Contract? Boy. Sugar Rush is also... Oh, man. Sugar Rush is a lot of will. At that point, we actually do start being concerned about not having enough frostbite. I think this is better for our overall growth. We'll take the Cursed Contract. And then we could easily double grind this if we wanted to. We don't have anything that marks, but we could use it. In fact, I'm pretty sure our double grinds might actually just be Harbingers and Cursed Contract. Though, if we're gaining permanent Omni damage due to this and this, maybe having Harbingers is okay. Thing is that Harbingers isn't necessarily good versus Runestone. So that's something that I'm trying to put into consideration. Alright. Adjusting in my seat a bit. Okay, now that's really rude. Cannot believe that you would do this. And to me, of all people. Alright, so this is how we're gonna do this then. We're gonna get you next turn, sucker. We actually might get you this turn. Incula's down. Good riddance to bad rubbish. That damage is notable, but I'm just gonna walk up, bop you one. It's gonna enable Crush. They took more damage because of it. Let me actually see if that affects Crush. It shouldn't. 120. Okay, it didn't. And we're good. Oh dear God, not the chompies. We're fine. Oh, you're not an enemy, so you don't get rid of that. That's great news. Yeah, Harbingers might be a keep simply because of how roided our shield bash is. Like, it's gonna proc here. Doing 12 damage. Is it feasible for us to actually take you out? Doing 10 damage here. That's going to be pretty rough. Well, Seismic Slam gets us closer to Runestone Sled. Little unfortunate. We're gonna take 1 damage. You serious? Ugh. There we go. Yeah, I could quicken that. Yes, please. Battering ram staying winning. And I want this augment here. AO.
Hello there, Needless.
Proven grounds. Giannis. Should be pretty easy for us. It's possible that we're just going to like one-shot his entire brigade. I'd rather have 2 augments right now. I think that our skills are good enough that they'll carry us, so we might as well just finish that while we can. Barricade blotter, you motherfucker. Next attack does double damage. Why are you guys like this? Homeboy just wants to dance over here, man. That's just a waste. That's something. Okay. I have a plan. Infig orb. Lifelink. Elite enemies cannot be healed with lifelink, huh? So that was a frickin' lie. At least it tells us now. This is honestly going to be a pretty nasty turn, too. I think we might have to let this guy go. Even if I don't want to. Not necessarily. They healed the treasure pot. Does that mean... No, it does not mean that we can get money again. Interesting. Wait, 600 isn't 25% of your health. Oh no! Why did you stay an extra turn? You cost us a turn. Not cool, bro. I mean, at least we got it, but... God damn, man. There's our -1 cooldown there. Okay. We're slamming and jamming. And ramming and hamming. Another -1 cooldown? I can actually get behind that. The shiny shoes? Crazy stuff. I don't even care about needles. You could use That's just odd when I grind it. This is another reroll. Okay, I'll take gavel. I guess that works for me. Absolute absurdity. Mo money, mo problems. Sounds good. We don't really have the room for the other heroic vestige anyways. Frickin' barricade bladder again, man. Can you mind your own? If I kill, I won't get out. So we'll get close. Actually, do I even care? Yeah, you deal 12 damage. I kind of care. I don't care. Alright. We're at the point in the game where the build is playing itself. This would have activated our sovereign flag. I think that frigid gust is fine. Now that we got a ton of, we're almost gonna have Will Collector 8. We actually do kind of need that extra frostbite now for our auto. And it also reduces the cooldown, so now we get to use it every single turn. Kinda nice. Fountain of Creation, huh? I don't know if that's ever going to do anything. An extra pocket watch doesn't really do it for me. Might as well just take Fountain of Creation. And then we're going to want to grind one of these. I think it's Ink Tap, simply because of how bad it is later. Quickened? Boy. Now we deal a ton of stupid damage. Let's hit the Glyph Globe just to be safe. I'll take that. Where's my treasure pot? There he is. Oh, you're a little shaft, my dude. It'd be a shame if someone ran you over. I should have charged. Adrenaline charged again. Oh well. Beep 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 beep. Just gonna get hit a lot of times. Efu's Guise. Blur reduces 2 additional damage per stack. You can no longer gain shield. Oh. Doesn't sound good for us, but that's interesting. None of these look good for us. I think I'd be willing to grind this? Not really. Harmonizing Whistle? Ridiculous. Nim's Oath? Absolutely ridiculous. Spear of the Gods? Decent. I think I'll take Nim's Oath. I'll take a Sea Breach. We could still use the augments, but I think we're going to be okay. Even that's random. Good to know. Alright, so I should have taken the earlier one, the first one, because it's just going to plus 50 crush damage. Come on, man. Yeah, that's too good to let go. Maybe it's honestly Runestone Sled. Kind of ironic. It's a lot of shielding, though. Nothing good here. +1 will sounds great for the final boss. It's a shame that we still don't have Inkly map at this point. Ew, Inky. There we go. Yeah, that's a pretty good turn one. Oh, there we go. Perf. Oh, that's kind of a problem. We're gonna take damage. I should have landed myself a little bit closer and this would have been just fine. Oy. Alright. Well, if we're gonna take damage... Like, I keep taking damage on these bosses too, which is definitely, like, the worst place to do it. Homeboy's days too, like... Just all around terrible. Man. We always get planked somehow. Maybe it's restorative invigorate just so that we don't do that on the villain. Like, it's not a bad call. All allies deal double damage for the rest of the turn? Then we would want to do that before the, we already want to use this before the orb. This is obviously, like, definitely better. Because gaining more Omni damage for the rest of the combat is nice, especially since it's going to be reduced to a 3-turn cooldown. I just think that Call to Arms is better here. Which isn't necessarily true. I think we're going to get more damage out of Call to Arms. But yeah, being able to use it every turn. Maybe not. It's interesting. Might have to look at that one later. Well, speaking of looking at that one later, the thing that I wanted to talk about, like at the start of the video, before I started doing all this like a weird stuff, is I wanted to talk about... Oh my good lord. Bursh. Anyways, I'm working on all of the DPT or damage per turn of all the new classes with the new update. One, I should be doing this as it's good sit-down Saturday content, and two, I was kind of reminded that I needed to do it because of conversations in the beta tester channel. Which doesn't mean that anything's happening, by the way. It just, if I'm going to talk about like things in the ecosystem, I need to understand this new ecosystem better. And as a result, I get stuff to talk to you guys about that you may not normally think of. But yeah, so what I originally wanted to do at the start of this season was go over all the individual bindings. But since those were like rebalanced and classes were rebalanced, individual class balance makes a huge deal as far as what skills are good and what skills aren't. And if I want to talk about skills, I then need to be able to talk about, you know, classes. And if I want to talk about classes, I need to actually start looking at classes. So, therefore, we're looking at DPT. And that'll obviously come with the usual exclaimers of, or disclaimers, I suppose, of, like, obviously, like, all this is in a vacuum. Each turn, shock a random enemy? Interesting. I don't think we want any of this. Like, could I possibly re-roll for something better than Harbinger's Trophy? I suppose so, but we could also grind Harbinger's Trophy. Chances are is that we're going to grind whatever we find in here anyways. If we grind this, we get another will, another 2 will, and some physical and magic damage. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's kind of the most appetizing thing here right now. So, Heavenly Eclipse grind. Grind Harbingers, likely. So then what are we doing here? We might as well take Olmec. Getting shocked every turn. Eh. I'm willing to re-roll. Increased range is nice. Gain resistant. All enemies are dazed. That's a lot of damage reduction. Our end turns usually end with us spamming Ironclap anyways, but it's just assurance, right? Like, we already took heal 3 HP. Might as well just seal the deal and make sure that we're going to be okay. I would have liked to see the reduced cooldown on this, though. Okay. That's Will Collector 8, Striker 5, Ancient Wisdom 5. Looking pretty dang good. Maybe it's not Olmec. Rerolling this is cheaper than rerolling the shop, but we might as well take a look at the shop. Not seeing anything useful in there either. What am I honestly looking for? Let's think about that. We can't get Ancient Wisdom 7. Inventor? Well, this is a teleport skill, right? Yep. Archaic Innards is honestly just a good buy for us. Because that's a free cost discount. So then we Shield Bash, either use Call to Arms or pick up an orb if Call to Arms isn't available. Then we Shield Bash again, or Battering Ram. Yeah, I like that. No need for re-rolling. Okay, I believe this fight changed, so I don't know if staying up at the top is, like, optimal anymore. Because we don't hit him. We have to hit these guys. not gonna work. Probably gonna have to do something like this. There we go. Can we get there without... Not really. You have to use our movement. Okay then. But now we got this issue. Oh! We got just enough movement to do this. Alright. That was a thinker. A whopping 10 will. Did we get another 20? No. Okay. Oh, because skills were on cooldown. Take a wild stab here. Nope. Oh well. Alright, so then... Oh, they just don't go that far. Understood, I guess. Is there really any reason for me to be picking on this guy? I could theoretically kill him. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for me to be doing that. We're just gonna, you know, like bypass your DR. Not a big deal, right? Suppose I should be hitting him. Alright. We're okay. Got it. Alright. Well, honestly, not a bad score. So, we took instances of damage on both Guardians, which honestly hurts us the most. Otherwise, we lost 2 turns in the first 2 fights, I believe. Or, no, it was the first fight of Book 1, the first fight of Book 2, because of the the treasure pot with our treasure hunter, they stay in for 3 turns for whatever reason instead of 2, like normal pots. I don't freaking know. Anyways, hopefully, run was educational, or at least entertaining. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put those down in the comments below. And until next time, I will catch you guys around. We were on a perfect path. Without re-rolling that first chest, I don't know how we would have beaten the the first fight without taking damage or taking an extra turn. Simply because we had to take care of the Cinder Cultist first. But considering that it was Rainbow and you could re-roll your Augment and your Vestige, like I think there probably was easily a way for that to work. But I think we took the best thing of what was given to us. We took a very interesting line, I believe. I believe most people probably went with the poison. Maybe that's it. How much health did those guys have? Maybe the poison was the answer. If we would have had Will Collector one shot the Cinder Cultist with our Ram, then Poison Vapored, and then just picked up the orb ended turn, that might have had enough damage there. I'll have to do the math on that. Anyways, hopefully you guys had a good time, and I'll catch you guys next time.